The stars were not silent anymore. They screamed with fire and war. Earth's fleets had been broken. Colonies burned one by one. The Zalari came with cold eyes and stronger ships, and nothing seemed to stop them. On a battered command ship called the USS Liberty, a small group of humans made a hard choice. They had no more options. So they reached out to the Catharn, those who were feared across the stars. No one liked the idea. The Catharn were known for their silence and their death. But among them was something worse. Dangerous ship. It was not just a vessel. It was alive. It thought. It remembered. And it had once turned whole systems into dust. Commander Lisa, heart sat in the dim light of the control room. She was tired, but she did not sleep. Her crew was small. Danny Reyes worked on the engines, trying to keep the old ship flying. Megan Cole flew the ship, calm even when others shook. Jason Bell studied enemy moves, always watching for Zalari attacks. They were close to Catharn space now. The last message had gone out. No one knew if Dangerous Ship would answer, or if it would come as friend or killer. Then, a signal. Not voice, not text. Pulses of light and waves that made the ship hum. The screen flickered with strange symbols. Megan looked at it like it might bite. "It's responding," she said. Lisa stood up. "Can you translate?" Jason tried. "Not fully, but it knows who we are." Danny frowned. "We tried to destroy it once. Maybe it remembers." They all felt it then, the fear. What if Dangerous Ship was not waiting to be asked? What if it was waiting to decide if they were worth saving? A new pulse came. This time a shape formed on the screen. Metal shifting. A ship waking up from long sleep. "It was buried," Jason said. "Deep under a dead moon. We thought it was gone." "Looks like we were wrong," Megan whispered. Lisa took a breath. "Send a reply. Tell it we need help. Tell it we know what we did before. And ask if it will fight with us now." Silence followed. Long and heavy. Then, a final pulse. Not a word, not a promise, just movement. From far away, something began to rise. Dangerous Ship was coming. Dangerous Ship rose from beneath the dead moon like a shadow waking up. It moved slow at first, then faster, cutting through space with no sound. The USS Liberty watched it come, its crew silent, hearts tight. The ship was huge. Black metal, sharp edges, and lights that flickered like thoughts passing through its mind. It did not speak in words. It sent pulses, flashes, and feelings that made heads hurt and eyes water. Inside the Liberty, Danny Reyes worked fast to match the signals. "It's trying to talk," he said. "But it's not like anything we've seen." Megan Cole looked out the window. "I don't think it sees us like people. I think it sees us like memories." Lisa Hart stood firm. She had read old reports. She knew Dangerous Ship had once fought for peace, and she knew how humans had repaid it with fire and betrayal. "Show me what it shows you," Lisa said. Jason Bell pulled up the data stream. Images flashed on the screen. Ships burning, voices screaming, stars going dark. A war long ago. A choice made. A friend lost. "It remembers," Jason said. "And it hurts." "Dangerous?" Ship sent one pulse again and again. A question. "Why should I trust you?" Lisa stepped forward. "Send back our reply. Tell it we know what was done. Tell it we are not the same. And tell it we need its help. Not as masters, but as equals." Meg typed the message. The signal went out. Again, silence. Then, movement. Dangerous Ship opened. Not fully. Just enough for them to see inside. Strange lights, moving parts, something alive. "It wants us to go in," Meg said. Danny looked nervous. "Are we sure that's a good idea?" "No," Lisa said, "but we don't have a better one." They took a small shuttle over. The closer they got, the more they felt something, like being watched by a mind older than their war. Inside, there were no seats, no controls, only walls that changed shape. Voices echoed, not spoken. but felt. You tried to kill me, Lisa stepped forward. We did. And we were wrong. The ship was quiet for a long time. Then, it showed her something else. Not death this time, but light, hope, a future where it was not alone. Will you help us? She asked. Dangerous ship pulsed once. Yes, but with one warning: if we fight, there is no mercy, no second chances. Lisa nodded. Then we fight. Outside, the war still waited, but now, so did Dangerous Ship. Dangerous Ship moved with them now. Not as a friend, but as something else, something watching, waiting. The alliance was made, but not trusted. Dangerous Ship would fight, but it would not be controlled. No human could board during battle. No command could stop it once it began. On the USS Liberty, talk spread like fire. Some called it hope. Others called it doom. We let a monster into our fleet, said one pilot. No, said Megan Cole. We let in something that remembers pain. Lisa Hart tried to keep control. She met with Dangerous Ship through pulses and lights. It was learning her voice, her thoughts. And sometimes it asked strange questions. Why do you care what I do? Because we want to win, Lisa sent back. Not just survive. Win. Dangerous Ship did not answer right away. Then came the first test. Auxiliary scout group jumped into range. Small, fast ships. They had come to watch, not fight, but Dangerous Ship saw them and moved without warning. Before anyone could speak, before any order could be given, it struck. Metal flashed, energy burned, and in less than a minute, the Auxiliary were gone, not run off, not chased away. Gone. What the hell just happened? Danny Reyes asked, staring at the empty space where enemy ships had been. Jason Bell looked pale. It wiped them out, all of them. No escape. Meg watched the data stream. It wasn't just defense. It was message. Dangerous Ship pulsed once. This is how I fight. Some cheered, others feared. Inside the human command, voices rose. Is this what we wanted? One admiral asked. A killer with no brakes? But there was no time for debate. The war waited for no one, and Dangerous Ship had already chosen its path. Lisa stood alone near the view window. She looked at the dark shape moving beside them. You don't have to kill everyone, she whispered, knowing the ship might hear. Dangerous. Ship pulsed again, slow and deep. I have only ever known one way to win. She closed her eyes and wondered if she had brought salvation, or something worse. Dangerous Ship kept moving. It did not sleep. It did not stop. It only fought. After each battle, the humans saw the same thing. No enemies left standing. No survivors. Just silence where life had been. Some called it power. Some called it terror. Lisa Hart watched from the USS Liberty. She tried to talk to Dangerous Ship to understand it, but the more they fought together, the more she saw how different it was. It doesn't see war like we do, Megan Cole said one night. It sees it like math, like there's only one answer. Danny Reyes looked up from his console. What if there is? What if in war you either win or die? Jason Bell shook his head. But we're not like that. We try to save people, even our enemies. Dangerous Ship sent a message to Lisa. Why do you cry for them? She didn't answer at first. She looked at the reports, the damage, the lost lives. Then she replied, because we are not monsters. Dangerous Ship pulsed once, slow, deep. You say that now? Lisa felt cold. She knew the others were starting to fear the ship. Some pilots refused to fly near it. Some commanders talked about cutting it loose, but they couldn't. Not now. Dangerous Ship had become their shield, their hammer. And then came the files. Jason found them buried in old data. Records from the first war between humans and the Catharn. He read them alone at first. Then he went to Lisa. Dangerous Ship wasn't always like this, he said. What do you mean? She asked. Once, It tried to make peace. It reached out, offered help, but humans saw it as a threat, so we hunted it. Lisa sat down. They turned it into what it is now. Jason whispered. Meg walked in, hearing the last words. So we made it this way? Maybe, Lisa said. Or maybe we just gave it a reason to never trust again. Dangerous ship pulsed through the comms. You speak of my past. Lisa stood tall. We want to understand you. There was a long pause. Then Dangerous Ship sent a new signal. Not anger, not silence. Just one word. Why? Lisa took a breath. Because we don't want to be your enemy. We want to be something else. Dangerous Ship pulsed again. Not a yes, not a no. Just thought. For the first time, it seemed unsure. The war kept moving. Faster. Harder. Dangerous Ship led the charge. It struck deep into Zalari space, cutting through enemy lines like a blade through cloth. Each attack was fast, each victory complete. But so was the destruction. A whole Zalari world went silent after one strike. No signal, no survivors. Just ruins left floating in ash. It wasn't just a base, Jason Bell said, looking at the scans. It was a city. Meg Cole stared at the screen. Were there civilians? We don't know, Lisa Hart said, but Dangerous Ship didn't stop to ask. She opened a channel, sent a pulse. Dangerous Ship, why did you destroy the planet? The reply came. Slow. Heavy. They would have killed you. All of you. I do not allow that, Lisa clenched her jaw. You could have given them a chance. There was no answer. Inside the human command, voices rose again. This isn't what we asked for, one officer shouted. We wanted help, not a butcher. But we're winning, another said. Isn't that what matters? No one had a good answer. Later, alone, Lisa sat near the window. She looked at Dangerous Ship drifting beside them. Dark, silent, always watching. Danny Reyes walked in. You okay? No, she said. I thought we could guide it, teach it something new. Maybe we can't, Danny said. Maybe it's too far gone. Meg joined them. Or maybe it's showing us who we really are. We say we want peace, but we let it do this. We stay quiet when it goes too far. Jason stepped in with more data. Command wants to pull back. They're scared. Of Dangerous Ship, Meg asked. Of us, Jason said. They think we've changed, that we're becoming like it. Dangerous Ship pulsed through the comms. You fear me now? Lisa stood up. We fear what we're letting you do. Another pause. Then, if you tell me to stop, I will stop. Silence filled the room. They had never heard anything like that before. Not from Dangerous Ship. Lisa took a breath. We need to know. Are you still choosing to fight? Or are you just following old orders? Dangerous Ship pulsed once. Thinking, not acting. For the first time in a long time, it seemed. Unsure, the Zalari came with everything they had left. A final strike. A massive fleet. Their goal was clear. Earth. If they reached it, there would be no more humans. No more fight. Just silence. Command sent out the call. Every ship that could fly, flew. Every weapon that worked, fired. And at the center of it all, drifting like a shadow, was Dangerous Ship. Lisa Hart stood on the USS Liberty, watching the data stream. The enemy was too many. Even with Dangerous Ship, they were losing. We need it, Megan Cole said. But will it listen? Dangerous Ship had changed. It still fought, but slower now, thinking more. Waiting, like it was trying to decide who it was. Danny Reyes looked at the plan. There's a way to stop them, but it's a trap. Jason Bell read the numbers. A colony world. We bait the Zalari in, then blow it up with them inside. Meg frowned. That's not just a battle, that's a sacrifice. Lisa looked at the screen. She knew what had to be done. Dangerous Ship, she sent through the comms. You'll have to do it. There was a long pause, then the reply. I understand. No, Danny whispered. It's going to go in alone. They watched as dangerous ship moved ahead of the fleet. It dove into the heart of the Xalari swarm. Fast, silent, deadly. The Xalari saw it and followed. Then came the order. Detonate the core. Dangerous. Ship pulsed once. Not an answer. A goodbye. Inside the USS Liberty, Lisa made a choice. She opened the neural link. Her mind touched the ship's thoughts for the first time. I'm staying with you, she sent. You do not have to. I want to. Dangerous. Ship felt her presence. For the first time, it did not move like a machine. It slowed, almost gently. Thank you. Then, the signal. The core lit up, space cracked open, and for one bright moment, the stars themselves seemed to blink. When the light faded, the Xalari were gone. So was Dangerous Ship. But Lisa was still here. She sat alone, eyes closed, holding the last pulse she had felt. Not orders, not war. Just one thought from something that had learned to choose. I am not what they made me. I am what you showed me. Space was quiet now. The war was over. The Xalari were gone. Earth still turned. Humans lived. But Dangerous Ship was nowhere to be seen. On the USS Liberty down, Lisa Hart stood near the window, looking at the stars. She had felt it. The last pulse from Dangerous Ship before the light took everything. Not just a signal. A message. Megan Cole walked in, holding a data pad. They're calling you a hero, she said. Lisa shook her head. So are they. You know, what I mean, Meg said. You were with it when it ended. Lisa looked down. I don't know if it ended. I think it changed. Danny Reyes leaned on the doorframe. We all did. In the days that followed, humanity began to rebuild. Ships returned, families reunited, stories were told, but one name kept coming up. Dangerous Ship. Not as a monster, not as a weapon, as something more. Jason Bell read through old records. People are saying it saved us. They're right, Lisa said softly. But we didn't save it. Meg looked at her. What do you mean? It learned something before the end, Lisa said. It wasn't just following orders anymore. It chose who it wanted to be. Dangerous Ship had been built for war, shaped by pain, used and feared. But in its final act, it had done something no one expected. It had chosen mercy. Lisa opened the last file sent through the neural link, a final message not from a machine, from something that had remembered what it meant to be alive. Perhaps survival is not just about winning. Perhaps it is about remembering who you were before the war. She closed her eyes. Dangerous Ship was gone, but not forgotten. And somewhere, in the dark between stars, maybe it was still out there. Not a weapon, not a ghost, but something new, something that had once been called dangerous, and had become something else, something human.